Hey guys, AngryMonkey here with a RetroGameTreasure unboxing video. I apologize, this is my March video and I didn't get it until last Friday, the 27th. And here it is, April 1st, when I'm actually getting around to opening it. I had a busy few days, followed by just extreme exhaustion and just not able to open this box until now. So this is my March box, so I guess technically we're getting two videos in the month of April. Um, just the end of March was pretty crazy. But for those who are new to the channel and you're wondering what this is a video game subscription service that sends you 3 to 5 games to your house every month to add to your personal collection. This is not a rental service. You get to keep these games. And these games come on a wide variety of different consoles, whether you want to go old school with the Intellivision or the Atari 2600. If you're a Nintendo fan, you're in luck because you can get stuff for the NES, Super Nintendo, 64, GameCube, Wii, and Wii U, as well as the portable stuff of the Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, Nintendo DS, and 3DS. You can get Sega options going all the way back to the Master System, Genesis, CD, Dreamcast, and Game Gear. I did not say Saturn, that was on purpose. Also, don't expect Sega CD or Dreamcast games in your box because those games are just like really expensive and impossible to find. Original Xbox, 360, Xbox One, PlayStation 1, 2, 3, and 4, as well as PSP. So yeah, you can get a wide variety of different consoles, going from 1977 all the way up to like 2022 or something. Pretty recent. Yeah. So, how this works, go on the website, fill out a survey, and along with the survey, fill out two highly recommended things, being the wish list and the checklist feature. So the checklist feature is if you're somebody like me who's got like almost 2,000 games on their shelves, it's kind of hard to not get duplicates for that. But that's okay because with the checklist feature, you can go on there and check off all the games that you have, but you got to make sure you check off all versions of that game. Star Wars Battlefront on PS2 has both the standard black label as well as the red label greatest hits version. And for me, it doesn't really matter if I get a greatest hits or a regular, but I don't need both because I already got a way to play it, so I'm happy with that. But anyway, I checked off that I have both versions of Star Wars Battlefront, and I also recommend hopping over to the original Xbox as well, checking it off on there unless you want it for both consoles. If you're going for a whole PS2 library and a full original Xbox library, well, then I guess don't do that if you want it for both consoles. But more than likely, you already got a way to play it. You're happy with that. You don't need the Xbox version and the PS2 version. I mean, unless it's like Soul Calibur 2, where every version has a different playable character or something, that's a different story, but I have a feeling that if you have a way to play it, you're probably happy with that one way to play it. You don't need a second way to play it. But anyway, that is just some advice that I have learned the hard way and sharing on my knowledge to you guys, and that is something that happens in almost every box is, wait, don't I already have this game? Oh, I forgot to check it off on this console because I didn't know it was on that console or something. So yeah, just do that. There's also the wish list feature. Now, don't expect Earthbound in your box or Chrono Trigger or some other really expensive game. This is a $40 box. Like, you're not going to get a $250, $300, $350 game in your box. But let's just say that you recently got a Super Nintendo and you're like, hey, I'd love to get Mario World. Cool. That is a realistic thing that you can get in your box. And I've gotten pretty lucky with getting a wishlist item in almost every box for the last like 2 years. There have been a couple occasions where I've gotten two wishlist items because I've got a lot of wishlist items because I've got, 40 consoles or something. I don't know. I've lost count. But I've got many different consoles that I want games for, and so they give me a bunch of games for my wish list. So that's really exciting. The most important thing, though, is the survey, where you fill out the genre of games that you like to play, whether you're into platformers or shooters or arcade games, RPGs, horror games, whatever it is. check what you like, don't check what you don't like, and with that, that will help you not get a bunch of sports games in your box unless you like sports games. Some people do. They're not for me unless it's like a really special sports game. I know they gave me the boxing game on Atari, which I'm like, okay, that's kind of cool. But I don't care about Madden 94. I don't care. But since I say don't give me sports games, I don't get sports games in my box except for that one time. But like I said, I'm okay with that. You can also fill out like other things as well. There's kind of a subcategory of like you like getting skateboard games, NASCAR games, wrestling games, Disney, Pokemon, anime, whatever. That's kind of a subcategory that you can help specify the style of games, I guess. You can also check that you want rated M games or kids games or import games, which I have gotten some imported games before because I've got ways to play Famicom, Super Famicom, the Game Boy stuff, the GameCube. So I've got ways to play some consoles in Japanese, so yeah, I don't mind getting an imported game every now and then. It's usually Game Boy Advance games, Mega Man Battle Network, I got a Wario game in Japanese, Pokemon Gold version in Japanese, so I've gotten a handful of Japanese games in my box, but I'm okay with that, and that's just because I checked that off. So if you don't want that, don't check that off. Same with kids games. If you don't want kids games, and I don't mean like Mario and other family games, I mean like Barney and Blue's Clues or whatever little kid baby stuff. And like I said, rated M, demo disc. So yeah, you can check all that off, what you want, what you don't want. And this box will be built for you. Even if you and Jim Bob down the road have the same taste in video games, you and Jim Bob will not get the same box, which makes this pretty cool. Alright, I've rambled on for a while. I say it's time we get started. As always, I have the box facing that way, so that way when I pull out our first game, we don't get spoilers of the next game. But the most important thing that we got in our box is the thing that's always on top, which is the Air Defender Lite from DiscountAirPillows.com, where pillows are inflated, not prices, which feels really good to say in 2026. And that's all I'll say about that. Anyway, we got a fat boy here. I'm psychic. Okay. My psychic power's gone. Anyway, we got that boy there. He was protecting our games from damage. What do we got? We got a Game Boy game, a PS3 or 4, most likely 4, an Xbox One game, and a game that takes the entire length of the box, which usually when they do that is a 360 game. It could be a Wii, could be GameCube, could be PS2, most likely 360 because that's how they like to do things for my box. Anyway, first up is a original Game Boy game. So let's see what we got. We got Kirby. We got a Japanese Kirby game. I don't know which one this is. I mean, 1992, which that technically was when Kirby first came out. That might be the first Kirby's Dream Land, possibly. I'm going to look that up. Anyway, I mean, there's going to be footage right here, but I just want to know to talk about it for a minute on which game it is. Okay, that's what I thought. This appears to be Kirby's Dream Land, which came out on the Game Boy all the way back in 1992. Oh, that is out of focus. There we go. Now, the funny thing with this Kirby game is the footage that you're seeing here, because usually I just pull footage off the internet and just stick that in there, because it's much easier to do that than it is to record gameplay of all this. That's actually my footage there because I beat this on the channel all the way back in 2013. I played through the channel. It was kind of one of my first Let's Plays I ever did. You basically had the original Donkey Kong, and then you had Kirby's Dream Land, which I split into 4 episodes, and I forgot to lower the audio, the game audio in episode 4, so the game audio is pretty much just as loud as my commentary, so it's kind of hard to hear what I'm saying. I mean, come on guys, this is the 5th video I ever created for this channel, so sometimes you forget things. But anyway, it's a fun game, really short, really easy, even I was able to beat it. And if I can beat it, your toddler can beat it. But it's still a fun game. But it's very short, like the whole game you can beat in like an hour. Me beating it in an hour. So, like the average person, probably like 20 minutes. Me, it took about an hour because I'm still terrible at videos. Anyway, really cool. Technically already have it, but now I got it in Japanese and English. But, yeah, it's cute. Anyway, moving on. With a... Actually, this case feels weird. Huh. Yeah, Terraria. It's a good game. I've never played it, obviously. But I know it's a classic. It's kind of like Minecraft, but like side-scroller Minecraft. I'm just mostly confused with this. Like, the plastic stops here instead of going up to here. And that's why I'm like, what is this? But it feels like a legitimate case here. It's just really weird. Like the plastic, and it's not like it was cut. It's like a malfunction, like from the factory, because it's completely across a straight line across like that. So that's interesting. Anyway, that's a beloved game. I know a lot of people love Terraria, and it's also been released like 8,000 times. But anyway, now I got it, and if you guys want to see it on the channel, let me know, and we'll do it. Up next, we got an Xbox One game, and we got Metro Exodus, which I feel like I've got that one already. Yeah, I do. I got a really nice steel case of Metro Exodus. So, this is pretty much a duplicate. Now, it is cool that it has an exclusive offer for Metro Redux. However, I already got that too. So, that will definitely go in my duplicate box. I mean, it's a good game from what I've seen of it. I already got it, though. So, not the strongest thing because I already got that. I got this in English. This was probably a wishlist item, so that's cool. We got one more. So, I'm going to turn this box upside down. And this is hard to get out. There we go. Okay, I pulled it out. I didn't look at it yet. But I'm assuming it's a 360 game, and we got Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter on the 360. It is complete in box. I want to make sure I don't have this game, because I do have a lot of the Ghost Recon games. Well, guys, I'm a little confused. Game I says I have it. I don't see it on my shelf, though. I've got Advanced Warfighter 2 for the 360, but I don't see this one, even though Game I says I have it. So, I hope I don't have it, because if I do already have it, then that means I got basically 2.5 duplicate games out of 4. And those aren't good odds. Strong lineup of games, though. One more thing before closing out this section is the boss chest giveaway, where take a picture of your box, post it on social media, and you're entered into the boss chest giveaway, where you can potentially win a game console. The very first RGT box I ever signed up for and got back in 2019, the Sega Master System was a boss chest giveaway, which was exciting because at the time I didn't have one. But I do remember a Sega Genesis was one. I remember a PS1 was another boss chest giveaway item. So that'd be really cool to win a game console in the boss chest giveaway, and then through RGT get games for it. I think that'd be really cool. But I already got all the consoles, so I don't need the boss chest giveaway. But I figured I'd mention it to you guys because, yeah. I also have in the description below my referral code. You can also go to the website there, but if you use my referral code and I refer 3 people in a single month, I get a second box, which means double unboxing, which would be really fun to do. But anyway, that does it for this section. Let's move on to the pickup section. Smaller pickup month, which is good because February was expensive, so I'm glad to have a smaller pickup in March, but I got some good stuff anyway, so let's see what I got. Okay, so this is probably one of my smallest pickups, which is good because I really needed a small pickup month because of how expensive February was. So the first thing I got were 2 $35 eShop cards, so that way I can get Fire Red and Leaf Green for my Nintendo Switch. I wasn't going to originally, but when I heard that you can get like the mystery gift, the Aurora ticket to get Deoxys, and the other ticket to get Lugia and Ho-Oh, I'm like, okay, I should probably go ahead and do that so that way I can get those. But in case you're wondering, I still have my original copies of Fire Red and Leaf Green that I got for my birthday back in 2004. Well, actually I've got 2 copies of Fire Red because I bought another one later. So one of these is my original copy from 2004, but this is definitely my copy of Leaf Green from 2004. Not my original file, unfortunately, because a friend stole all my good stuff off of Leaf Green. I accidentally left it over at his house, and he basically traded over my Venusaur, my Blastoise, my Charizard, my Legendary Birds, my Mewtwo, all that over to his game, so I had no choice but to restart my version of Leaf Green. I've got really good friends. But anyway, I got Fire Red and Leaf Green for the Nintendo Switch now. And speaking of that, you can join me on ViroVolt's channel, where I am guest starring in his playthrough of Leaf Green version. And there's actual gameplay of Viro's playthrough right there. And I don't know, subscribe and join him and listen to my beautiful voice as we play through Leaf Green. He's never played it. Obviously, I've beaten Leaf Green and the Kanto games countless times, so it's fun to have a noob alongside an expert, and it's a lot of fun, so join us there. I also, on the eShop, bought Supermarket Simulator 25 because I'm like, oh, is this the version the Game Grumps played but for the Switch? No. It's a knockoff. It's an off-brand. It's a bootleg version. But anyway, I actually started playing through that on my channel. So there's some gameplay from my first episode of off-brand Supermarket Simulator there. And, I mean, it's fine. It does a lot of the same stuff. But there's a lot of features that the actual real version has that this version doesn't have. But it's fine, I guess. It was only like $6 on the eShop, so it's not a big deal. But at some point, I do want to get a new computer so I can play the real version of Supermarket Simulator with Kajinama streaming for you guys. I think that'd be a lot of fun. I just don't have the money for that yet. I am saving up for a new computer. There's been a few expenses the last couple months that have kind of delayed the computer a little bit. convention, $1,000 box of games kind of pushes me back a little bit on that goal. But I am still saving up for a new computer that I would love to have at some point soon. And we can play that actually together on Twitch. I think that'd be a lot of fun. I also got... This game is rare for some reason. Was Balatro on Switch. And I really don't know what this game is outside of it being a card type game. But since I bought it new, it actually has all the cards. So it comes with 5 Joker cards. I like that one. And it has 5 aces as well. I probably like the gold one the most. But gold and silver. That one's kind of cool. It's like a bloody ace, I guess. Yeah, so it has 10 special edition cards that only if you buy it brand new, most likely, would you have these. I mean, if you get it pre-owned, you might have the cards, but getting it brand new, you're guaranteed to get the cards. I mean, obviously, look for the special edition, includes 10 cards. Yeah, so I don't really know what this is, but it's a deck builder with jokers and stuff. I don't know. I hear it's really popular, so I thought, oh yeah, sure, let's check it out. And I pre-ordered Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 on the Switch. Now, I've heard this is not a favorite amongst Roller Coaster Tycoon fans. Now, I've got the Deluxe, which basically is like a mix of 1 and 2 together as one. And I grew up with the original Roller Coaster Tycoon, so that one has a lot of nostalgia for me. This one, I'll have to see on if it has nostalgia vibe for me, but apparently on that one, you can ride your rides, which is pretty cool. So yeah, imagine building a roller coaster and then riding it. I think it'd be pretty fun. Anyway, I got that, and the last thing I want to show off is a really cool amiibo of Meta Knight on the Shadow Star. And just like all the other Kirby Air Ride amiibos, you can take him off his vehicle and you can swap him out, put him on a different vehicle. So yeah, I can put him on the regular star. I can put Kirby on the Shadow Star. I know there's a DD amiibo coming soon. I don't know why he's not out yet. And there's a Chef Kawasaki amiibo that will be out at some point as well. And I think I pre-ordered that, but I'm not sure. But anyway, that does it for pretty much all the pickups in March. Like I said, I am happy to have a small pickup in March because February was expensive. The end of January with the convention, February was very expensive. So I'm happy to have a light month with March. And I should also have, hopefully, a slower, lighter pickup month in April as well, because I need to recoup some of this money. My wallet's hurting. Still in the positive. I'm not homeless. But I probably made a few too many unwise financial decisions in the month of February. That's what I'm getting at. Anyway, guys, let me know if you want to see any of these played on the channel, whether it's some of these or some of the stuff in the Retro Game Treasure box, and I will put them on the request list, and we'll get to it when we get to it. Oh, dang it. I almost got to the end of March without buying more things, but there were a couple things that I pre-ordered, and, well, obviously if you pre-order something, you gotta pick it up, because you're already committed to buying it. Besides, I wanted these anyway. I went to GameStop, because they had a few amiibos that I pre-ordered, that came out pretty much at the end of March. So I got the Poplin and Prince Florian amiibo for Mario Wonder. All of these are Mario Wonder amiibos, but I got that one. I got Elephant Mario. This thing's like heavy. and I got Captain Toad and the Talking Flower. And I remember when I pre-ordered this, I was thinking those were two separate amiibos. Like, I was thinking it was a Captain Toad amiibo and a Talking Flower amiibo, but no, they're the same amiibo. That's cool, though. Yeah, very cute. So I got those, and while I was there, obviously I wanted to look around because I thought, well, I haven't really been in this GameStop. Like, I haven't been in my primary GameStop since the beginning of the month. So that's actually unusual for me because I'm usually in there like 3 or 4 times a month, and this was like my second time and like my first time in 3 weeks. But anyway, I forgot this game existed, but I've been looking for this, The Plucky Squire, on Switch. I don't really know how to describe this game. Just a really interesting idea of, like, you're in a storybook and like you're hopping from page to page in your little adventure here. Obviously the gameplay is showing more. Yeah, I remember the Nintendo Direct showing that off. I'm like, wow, this game looks really cool. I gotta pick it up. And that was like a year ago, and I have not seen this game since. So when I saw that, I thought, why does this sound familiar? That's a game I wanted, right? Yeah, that was the storybook game. But that's all I remember from it. So happy that I have some gameplay showing there, so that way I am reminded of what kind of game this is. The other one I picked up was the Atari 50 Anniversary Celebration Expanded Edition. So I already had this version, the Atari 50, and it had a bunch of games, I mean more than 100 games throughout Atari's life, whether that's 2600, 5200, 7800, Atari Lynx, Atari Jaguar. Yeah, if it was an Atari brand thing, not every game obviously, but it had like the highlights from Atari's 50 years of video game history, some interviews on there, a lot of really cool stuff. And I was at GameStop and I found this version on the PS5, which says it includes the original release and 2 new timelines and 38 games. So yeah, instead of just more than 100 playable games, it says more than 140 classic games. The ability to play classic games that have not been available for ages. That sounds really cool. Play games featuring iconic brands such as Intellivision and Stern Electronics. Intellivision for Atari? Was that a thing? I'm trying to remember Atari's history if... Because I know that Coleco made some stuff for the Atari, because I think the Donkey Kong arcade port for the Atari was actually made by Coleco before ColecoVision came out. So I guess Intellivision, maybe they made some stuff. That was made by Mattel. So did Mattel make some stuff for Atari before they entered the video game market as well? But yeah, emulation of games, recently rescued, and unreleased prototypes and other rare gems created for 7 hardware platforms. Atari... arcade, Atari 800, Atari 2600, 5200, 7800, Jaguar, and Lynx. So, yeah, so even some of the PC games, I forgot about those. But this is just an enhanced version. One of the nice things with this disc is it actually shows, I mean, I know you can't really see that, but it shows the complete list on the original. So yeah, the games list, so it shows all of these games, and then it has the holiday content update with a handful of games there, and then what do they call that, DLC 1, the Wonder World, Wider World of Atari, and it has more stuff, and then DLC 2, the First Console War, and it has more stuff. So I don't know how many of those are actual games versus, say, like videos and interviews and stuff. But the fact that I had this version, and this is an enhanced version, it's kind of a no-brainer to pick it up, and that means that it's not taking up more shelf space because, I mean, yeah, obviously I got to rearrange my stuff, but it's going to take up the same amount of shelf space outside of that one Switch game, and I can sell this and recoup some of that money. I mean, I'll probably get like $10 or something for this, but still. Yeah, pretty excited to pick up these 2 games and these 3 amiibos. More stuff for the collection. And some more amiibos for my near complete, yet feels like I'm getting further away from complete as they make more amiibos that just aren't possible to find. But still near complete amiibo collection that I'm hoping to actually complete. Because I like amiibos. I think they're really cool. So when a new amiibo gets announced, I'm like, I gotta get it. Because, I mean, especially in these newer ones, like the detail on this. Like, there's, like, texture on the grass. I mean, this feels like this would light up. It doesn't, but it feels like it could. But there's, like, interesting textures to the characters. You can see the denim on Mario's overalls. Like, back in 2014, they didn't have this quality on the Smash Brothers amiibos that they made in 2014. But I know the amiibos are more expensive now, but the quality on them is just, it's next level, really. So, yeah, I'm excited to get these. Anyway, let's move on to the end of video closeout section now. If you guys haven't yet, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, hit the bell so you're notified for when another video comes out, whether that is a playthrough of Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 or continuing the playthrough of Supermarket Simulator 25 that I'm calling Off-Brand Supermarket Simulator. More Dead Rising 2 off the record is coming as well. So yeah, subscribe so that way you guys can see all that content coming and you guys can watch it as soon as it uploads. I also have a Facebook page where I post these videos on there. Just another way to interact with you guys, but it's not required. Nobody does, but it's there as another option. I've also got an Instagram that I forget I have until I advertise it. I've not posted on there in like a year and a half at least. And I need to because I've got cool stuff to share on there. But follow me on there anyway for some video game goodness. But most importantly is the Discord server where we talk about video games and anime and Pokemon, post memes, talk about nostalgia, a lot of fun stuff like that. And all you gotta do is just say, hey, I want to join. I'll send you an invite and you can join our community of nerds where we have fun hanging out, nerd out. Alright, that's all I have to say. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day.